Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of war, traders of great renown, I, the strategic Indian, bid you welcome to my channel, where our motto is think, practice thinking. If you like the content, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment, which will greatly help with the almighty YouTube algorithm. Wars are expensive. Total wars are totally expensive. Therefore, if you would like to, then you can support my armies and cities via coffee or directly through PayPal. Links are in the description below. Other than a one-time donation, those entering the monthly membership tiers can have my Heaven Shaker armies named after themselves and watch with pride as they blaze their way to glory. For the city builder in you, whole cities can be named after you, which will last the test of time herself. Thanks in advance for any and all support. Now, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a great work week and it's Friday. Welcome to the Ozymandian Kingdom. We have got an Iron Age raid coming in. Everybody over here is got at least leather armor. Some of them have got chainmail. So we are ready for them. Let's close off gates strategically so that they spread out. Here they come, and we are going to close also this gate. This is to ensure that they spread out. So as you can see, they are running around trying to get at us. They shan't be able to be successful. Let's zoom into Ahmed and let's see the fire which is outgoing. So they are in the higher ground. We are still maintaining fire. So we have got our own people in the leather armor, and that gives them some protection. So Ahmed ran out of armor. Her armor broke, so she has to go back, and she took up melee positions. And the last person who came to attack us has been killed off. There they go. They are running, and they could not get away. Their legs couldn't carry them far enough away. And we are going to ensure all gates are opened. And check this out. This is the Iron Age. We have entered the Iron Age and we have carried the first raid. So we have 133 population. We started with 137. That tells me that 4 people have died in the raid. We have got plenty of people who are currently outside. So I'm going to run them back in to the Ozymandian Kingdom. Running them back in is a bit difficult. Yes, there we go. They are running. Let's go ahead and check before we proceed so that we can pick up any stragglers who have very intelligently gone out in this terrible inclement weather, and they are safely back within the Ozymandian Kingdom. I don't see anybody in that sector. Let me go ahead and search this sector. There are people who are outside. Are they the trader? No, they are the raider. The raiders are running away. Let's zoom in onto the raiders. Let's have some fun. So here we see the raiders. Oh, I have to press get out and then press tab. Oh, yeah, there they are. Let's get out of the primal eye. Look at this raider. Look at her, defeated and vanquished, running away at full speed as fast as her legs can carry her. She's tired. She's not got any weapons. She is in leather armor. She is hurt, and we don't care about her. I don't want to say mean things. They tried their best, and they are now in the blizzard running away, and we have carried the day. We have 170 knowledge points. Let me ring the alarm bell again, so that we don't have people doing stupid things and they actually go up and wear warm clothes. I am constantly checking to see if we have people outside. I won't give them any great tasks to do because this is a very difficult winter. The temperature is at minus 14 degrees and that's no good. What we are going to do is we are going to advance to the Iron Age. So here we go, Iron Age. It's going to open up all the iron tools of spear, knife, axe, pick, sickle, sword, and the ability to smelt iron. There we go. And we will also have bloomeries which can be built. So we have 11 furnaces over here, and we have 39 leather. They each take 4 leather to proceed to the next stage. So 44. It's good. We are going to go ahead and press that so that they are actually nearby to the settlement and they don't leave. I'm gonna ring the bell again. I don't want people leaving. Please come back. Don't go out. There is no need. There is water inside. Come on, get in, man. Get back in. These people really. So I will keep an eye out on them. They are trying to go ahead and chop some trees. The blizzard is over. Temperature is going up. We are at 7 degrees, 4 degrees now minus. I don't want them to actually go and cut down trees. So I'm going to turn them into capturing cows, which they are going to do. And then they are going to reassess. Look at this. She's already cold, and yet she's determined to go out and cut trees. So I have to manually make her run back. And she's running back. That's nice. Somebody else also over here. Cold and a beginning of hypothermia kicking in, yet they're so dedicated that they wish to go and work for the glory of the Ozymandian Kingdom. Let's go capture these. And I'm going to ask them manually to return back because there is absolutely no need for additional wood cutting. If they were out there, they would have perished. So our benevolent run of the Ozymandian Kingdom continues. Sometimes I do get tyrannical, give them more tasks than I should. Like, for example, catching mouflons. Because I like catching mouflons. I don't know. I enjoy that. I enjoy stealing these little calves from the horde, which had strayed into our territory, and we are going to leave the adults alone, where they are going to die of grief in a few seasons. We are down to 99%. So I can't have mercy towards animals if I don't have mercy towards human beings in Attila. But we are not going to hunt these animals. Let them just be there, and then they are going to disappear on their own. I'm going to ring the alarm bell one more time just to ensure that people do a check and everybody gets into warm clothes. They have warm clothes, so they have got a wool cloth. Karen has a wool cloth, wool outfit, which is almost near breaking. Ahariel has died of hypothermia, so somebody died. Let's ring the alarm bell one more time so that we have people staying near the Ozymandian Kingdom, not venturing out. And I'll also have to keep an eye on this particular pinwheel of warehouses that I'm building, because people get stuck in this little 1x1 square right here. So we will have to ensure that they don't do that. We have survived the winter. We lost 4 people in the raid. So we were at 237, we went down to 233, and now we are down to 228. So 5 people additionally died of either old age, and 1 person died of hypothermia. We're going to get extra tannin because I like tannin. Gonna get the leather armor, get the fish, get the iron ore because we want to make a lot of iron. And given how nicely we defended against this raid, I am actually not very worried about the next raid. So that is how good the system is. We are able to defend on the basis of what we actually have. We're gonna give away some thing of value too. I'm gonna give away these dry skins. Dry skins, get out of here. Our farming has just begun. This is A-OK farming because they have begun on the very first moment of spring hitting that tells me that we will be able to do most of the farming. And we have got how many plows? Let me check. We hit our stats panel 36 plows, which are being pulled by, we have 56 cattle, so I'm pretty sure we have plenty. So still, let's count. We have, in number of cows, we have 28 adult cows plus 4 old adult cows, which is pointless information. 32 plus 19 is 41, 51 plus 3 is 54, and we have got 38 plows, so we should be able to build, we should build more plows. So I'm going to make sure that once the plowing is done, we don't have any horses pulling the plows, because I would want the horses pulling the carts instead. We are building up our bloomeries. Let's go in. Bloomeries are being constructed. There we go. Workloads are a bit high because this is the planting season after all. So look at this beautiful bloomery. And these are the pouches with which you blow air into the furnace, because you need to bring in a lot of oxygen, which is going to push the equilibrium to the right hand side and give additional product faster. So high carbon steel, known as wood steel, was invented in southern India, which is currently known as Damascus steel. So when you hear Damascus steel and you buy Damascus steel, you think it comes from Damascus. It doesn't. It is actually, in the ancient world, it used to be shipped from Damascus to Rome. So you had the entire trade chain going from India to Damascus and then all the way to Rome. And since that port is just so famous and so old, one of the oldest cities continuously occupied, along with, say, Varanasi, also in India, continuously occupied city from the oldest time, then that name stuck, known as Damascus steel. But it used to come from India, and they used to use the monsoon wind to channel the additional amount of wind, because monsoon is really a force of nature. If you haven't seen the monsoon, yeah, that is really something which is incredible. It's incredible. And that amount of wind is what you need to go inside your furnace, which they could very cleverly do. It's not known how exactly they pulled it off. They didn't bother to write it off, just like the Egyptians. Like, hey, yeah, building pyramids, nothing cool about it. We build pyramids every day. Who wants to know the mundane task of how to build these gigantic structures? And in the modern age, we have very great intellectuals sitting in the History Channel, who don't read books, who don't give credit to our ancestors, who had a lot of time in their hands and a large population with which they were able to build these gigantic structures. And they therefore attribute them to aliens. Right. We are stuck at 224. Look at our first man agriculture. It's filled with food. Look at that food growing. All of that meat drying. Now, we are going to start building up the iron mines. So we're going to pick up 5 iron mines in the closest vicinity. So let's hit the pyramidal eye. That's number 1. That's number 2. Number 3. Four. And number 5. So 5 is the number we shall build. We shall not build 6. 7 is right out. You shall neither build 4, and nor shall you build 3. You shall go to 4 only if you go up to 5. So look at this beautiful planting that we have done. We are not going to collect the fruits because we have plenty of food already. We have 800 plus food. So that is close to a ratio of 1 to 4. We have now begun to get a lot of iron. We have got 5 iron, so let's upgrade these. Oh, we'll have to do the tech. I didn't even research the tech. So as I said, we need 138 points before we go up to the iron energy. We had 170. So we had a clear overabundance. So once you have 138, you are going to be able to do the reinforced fortifications, reinforced shields, mail, ovens, and hydropower. But since we had extra, we have still more left behind. These guys we are going to go in later. And let's upgrade in this sector to the reinforced platforms. Reinforced platforms allow us to have more people on the platform, get additional protection, and it is also going to ensure that we are going to send out additional fire, and which is going to be able to go ahead and take out the enemies of the Ozymandian Kingdom. We cleared out a big clump of stone which was over here, so I'm going to move the stone cutting area to over here to get out these stones also with 5 people. So we have a little bit of we don't have enough stone at the point. We just have 24. Ideally we want to be having 100 stone. So let's move to the stone patch over here. Let's look around. Let's go a bit further. Just 1 stone, I'm not happy with that. Let's look over here. Ah, this is a great patch. This is a great patch. So 100 people again. Let's go up to speed 4. I'm seeing some horses are loitering. So let me hit the panel for, we have 50. Let's push it up to 100 carts. I don't like that. Okay, let me go into percentages. Yeah, let's go to 33% of adults with carts. So that's 60. So then they're going to slowly build up from 50 to a 60, and as we have more people, that limit is going to change, and we are going to be able to slowly build up. Instead of going from 50 to 100, that's 50 additional which we would have to build, which they're going to scramble around and try to do and not succeed and get high workloads, get into trouble. Don't want that. So right now all the copper tools, if we had any, would be completely useless. We still have, oh, look at these cows. Hello. As soon as I get, as soon as I see cows, it's just complete instinct for me to go and try to capture them. And do we have anybody nearby? Yes, 1 more person that would take care of all of these cows. And as I said, we wanted to go to 100 heads of cattle. So I'm going to push up the cattle to 100 so that we don't slaughter these cows as soon as they come in. And if we get into trouble, then we are going to bring down the limits. But let's build up some cattle. It feels rich to have a lot of heads of cattle. We already got 10 mail because we had in the previous turn already given order in the 4 armors that we have to build 100% of mail. So we are going to go ahead and build that up slowly. We are not going to push our people. We already have the first reinforced platforms up. And as you can read from the wiki, which is in there, it holds more people, is more resistant than the wooden platform. So as soon as we have everybody equipped with mail armor, we are going to have the maximum amount of protection possible. So that is the walls which are going to protect them, the reinforced palisades which are going to protect them, and also the mail armor, iron mail armor, which is going to give them the highest level of protection. So that is the best protection that money can buy in this game. We have already begun harvesting. As you can see, we are harvesting on either side of the Ozymandian Kingdom, or the river across. We are getting from both sides. Since we had a blizzard in the previous turn, I don't expect a blizzard at least in 3-4 years. So we will be able to build up quite a lot of straw and grain, etc. So if we had to do any upgrading, we would be able to do that. So let's go ahead and put these two breweries which we deconstructed. So we're going to leave a gap. That's why we moved the Weavers District by one gap. So you can clearly see it's how symmetrical this is. All of this is in a straight line. And we're going to stick additional brewery over here if it fits right there. And we are going to put up the first guard tower right here and here. This corner is a bit weak because of no, actually this is quite strong. The reason it is weak is that it takes us forever to run our boys from one end to the other, because all the harvesting and the planting is happening diametrically opposite to this point. So that gives us a tremendous weakness in this point, in that it takes us a long time to reinforce it. But in terms of extraneous defenses which we have built up, so we put up those extra walls which the enemy is going to get busy with trying to break down. We are going to buy time for us to go ahead and run all the way and reinforce that particular place. We are still going to manufacture steel tools. Let me quickly go ahead and check. We have quite a lot of copper mines, so we will be able to build copper and bronze tools for a long time. Not copper tools, sorry. Bronze tools for quite a long time. So that's what we should do. We should not immediately make everything from the previous age obsolescent. That is asking for trouble. Let's ring the bell. Because right now the iron has to be channeled into the reinforced palisades, and it is going to get channeled into the chainmail. So we have actual need of iron. Therefore, we should ensure that the tools that we are making are still definitely bronze, so that we can use our iron in the most judicious manner. You can clearly see the Ozymandian Kingdom, the very famous Weavers District. It is purely symmetrical with gaps for people to go around. And what we are going to do is we are going to put up some flags. So spiritual, let's put up the banners. These banners are made with the cloth produced by the Ozymandian Kingdom, a very self-sufficient colony. And in this corner, we are going to build up some nice banners. Let's go and look at the construction of the brewery. These breweries have got these famous brewers like Krog Drunken Fist, who has joined our colony. We have Thor Beer Maker, who has also joined. Look at that beautiful thing. So they just make the beer in these large gigantic vats, frothy flowing beer, which they consume and get happy immediately. And they will also have a manner to walk across and store it in this warehouse. As you can see how quickly the warehouses fill up. Oh, let me check if anybody got trapped in the... No, nobody got trapped in the pinwheel of... Always check for this, because people get inside, animals get inside this one by one, and then they die off. We are picking up the produce which we got in the previous turn. We have 66 points. Let's go ahead and get Straggle Granary, boys. And also, let's get Complex. Nah, we won't. Let's build up slowly. It's very easy to lose the game at this stage. Let's give them the order to build up some water wheels, which allows for very efficient making of flour. from wheat, from grain. Right here. As always, you want to have it as near to the colony, minimize walk distances. Let's build 3 over here and right next to the door over here, right here and here. 5 so that we can get 2 knowledge points, 1 for making the first one and 1 for making the 5th one. Let's ring the bell, make sure people don't do anything rash. Let's also go ahead and build some ovens so that we are able to quickly make bread from the flour. There we go. Everything fits, as you can clearly see. 1, 2. We don't have over here, there would be a cheesemaker. We are not going to make a cheesemaker because we don't have enough milk. If we did, then yes, we would. Which we are going to get very soon because we have 61 cattle and very soon we are going to get a lot of milk. This is going to be the land of milk and honey. Unfortunately, you can't get any honey in this game. We are running through a lot of stone. The stones over here got pulled up. So we are going to put up some nice trees in this gap. Just in case. And it looks beautiful. Some pears. That's fine. Right there. Trader comes in. Let's buy the grain, let's buy the iron, let's buy the cows. We won't buy techs because we have enough points. Let's buy the armors. 610. Let's give off all of these useless bones. We have no use for them. We have 200 linen. Let's give off some of that. I'm not going to give away the linen cloth because then they start making a bunch of linen cloth. And at this point, I do want to keep a very strict eye on the workloads. It is possible to lose the game, even at this stage. So we have got 3 iron and we have built up iron reinforced platforms. So here comes the next season. We could not build the guard towers because we didn't have enough iron, because we don't have enough iron ore coming in. We have plenty of furnaces, so that's nothing to worry about. We have plenty of tools, so we shouldn't be running out of tools. It says we are low on summer warm clothes. So yeah, we are, because we have 196 for 226. But the Weavers District should kick in and give us what we need. I'm going to move also the linen clothes to 125% because then we have a little over excess, so we don't get this very annoying warning. The warnings in this game is really terrible. Imandi has got stuck by lightning. Yeah, rip. Wolf attack, don't care about it. They have to go out. Very important. Let's look at our work areas. Right, so here you can see how easy it is to get blindsided in this game. That work area was completely exhausted. So let's move it back to a fresh clump of trees. Right there. Oops. And then right here. Yeah, this is almost running out, so we move it back. We don't want to give manual orders at this stage because you have quite a lot of tasks to still go through and manage. So you want to slow down a little bit and you want to make sure that most of the things are automated and you control the amount of work by the limits. This is a nice clump. Yeah, this was the first clump. Yeah. I'm not going to give manual orders because of additional trees to be cut down, because we are at 200% of work labor. Some bread has gone bad, which tells me that we have quite an overabundance of fruit. So therefore getting any fruits is not necessary, and therefore fruits are set to 0. A funny thing is that if you click on the left hand side, then you go to unlimited fruit collection. So infinity lies on the left hand side of 0. That is so funny, because infinity always lies, positive infinity lies on the right hand side of 0, because you go from 0, 1, 2, 3, and the way we have made the scale, linear scale, human beings have thought it that a right hand side you increase, you go from 0 to non-negative integers, 1, 2, 3, 4, or all the real numbers, all the not the imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers, we don't know where they are because they are imaginary. But you expect positive infinity to be on the right hand side. But since it goes up, and then it goes to, infinity, it lies on the left hand side. So that makes no sense. Negative infinity would be on your left hand side. First guard tower is up. Second guard tower is being constructed. Let's go in and have a look. Look at them. They are able to build this in the planting season because we have got additional straw. Raider attack is coming in. Second raider attack. So let's get out of the thing. Let's ring the bell. I can't see where the raiders are because the button went away. Oh, they are spawning very, very close. So this is not good because we have got everybody was away for let's keep this door open till the last moment, allowing people to get in. Oh, they're going around. So I'm gonna keep this door open. I'm gonna close this door so that they spread out. People are already in on the positions. We are going to keep this door open. Everybody's in. Let's close. Let's go ahead to Ayeg, a little further away, because the person who is absolutely nearby, I do expect them to die. Oops. Ooh. Yeah, so there goes the firing is happening. We have people with chainmail, and one person died with chainmail. So you can see how powerful the attacks are. 4 people are down. But that's okay. The colony has to survive. That's the rule. 7 people are down. So the person we were focusing on probably ran out of durability, and she's running to the warehouse to get additional weapons. So you can see we carry the day. So that is why the warehouses were kept so close to the palisades. So we are able to very quickly get whatever we need into the colony. Now, this is a little trick that we did, is that with the enemy, is that the transportation posts were placed in such a way that there is a one gap for the wall, exposed wall. And that is what we're going to close off with this little trick. So let's go and put a stone wall, and this one lone hole that they had, I'm going to fill up with a banner, which they actually don't break down. So we have transportation posts guarding every single tile of the walls. Of course, some gaps are still there because we have to build the totems. But the game is that if we build up totems or flags, they don't break those down. They don't break down transport. So they won't be able to enter into melee and break down our walls. And therefore, 1, we are safe, and 2, we don't have to rebuild the walls, which is going to buy us time. The raid came in during the planting season, so therefore we won't be able to do a lot of planting. But we have 200 straw, so we should be able to tide over. Let's look at what the trader brought in. It's a bit unfortunate that they had to come in this season. Nothing we can do about it. Let's continue to give away our overabundance of linen because it is going to go bad. And let's hit the game. Let's increase speed. As you can see, a lot of unharvested fields, a lot of unplanted fields, but we got a lot of flex in. That's good. We have got a 3:1 ratio between our copper and bronze, which is great because then we are going to be able to build bronze very efficiently. And that is going to allow us to keep our bronze production on. As you can see, we require only a few swords and spears and bronze sickles to be made because we have already built up such a gigantic level of tools that even during this critical age where we are pressed for time, all the iron that is coming in can go into the palisades and guardhouses. And the bronze keeps getting made into tools. Let's hope the next raid is not in the planting season and definitely not in the harvesting season. We have run out of wood. And let's look at our tasks panel. They are trying to build these carts but probably can't because of this lack of wood. We are at 146% workloads, and this is the summer, so that's a bit worrisome. But some of our things are going to get easier. We have a lot of this beautiful ovens built, and we also have one of the water mill built. I will go in and have a look at when the water mill gets built. There is a water mill here, one more over here. Water mills are very beautiful to look at, and they are also very beautiful to listen to with the tasks going on. Let's make sure only cows pull the sleds. So what you do is you shift click twice so that all the cows, all the horses go away, because some have got horses already hitched on them, so you require another click to make sure that they don't re-hitch onto plows. 127 workload, 127%. We are going to reduce the priority on the bronze smiths because we have got enough tools. We have only 2 guard towers. Let's build up some reinforced gates and always go for the inner gates so that if there is a raid, then at least you have one gate up which is going to stop the raiders from just waltzing into your kingdom. In case you have only one, then there is nothing you can do about it. Oops, this one I shouldn't because there is actually another gate. Trader is in. Let's check what he has got in for us. We're not going to buy tech. Let's buy the iron ore because then we can quickly build up iron. 40, so we'll pay in bones. Yeah, go away. It's the bronze age, it's the iron age and steel age which we can actually go to. And here we are giving him bones, which he is happily buying. Let's unlock these two. And in one point we can get the steel age, but we'll hold that off. We got a deep iron mine. We don't need it at the point. We'll require it much later. But we want to spend points as soon as we get them in this particular age. Here comes the harvesting age. Some tin mine got exhausted, so let me go to P. So I press P, I do not go to P. I press P and I can see I have 1 tin mine, 2, 3 tin mines for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A 3:1 ratio is healthy. might need to build some tin, or depending, we might even go into the full iron age by going and making all the tools from iron. One of these doors had gotten broken down, so the inner door they broke down, so I'm going to make both of these doors reinforced. So it's a bit risky, but we're going to take a risk because this is very near to the river, so they take time to swim across. We have got bad harvest because one, we couldn't plant, and two, the flax got disease. That's why follow the farming commandments in here we can have a look at the watermill being built. Let's go in and have a look at the watermill. So it's got the grinding wheel, and it's got a little wheel which is pushed by water. There we go. Very beautiful. And it has got a little funnel with which you are going to put in grain, and then it's going to fall inside this little hole of the grindstone, and you are going to collect the flour over here. That is why there's a little indent. That is how beautiful this game is. Look at the attention to detail that they have. These two developers did amazing work, I believe, in this game, and it has got a lot of beauty and symmetry which we love to look at. If there is somebody actually using the water wheel, then I will go in and have a look. See, we are a little bit of autopilot at this stage because our defenses are really formidable even without guard towers. Trader comes in. Yeah, I don't care. So the trader won't let you advance to the steel age. You will have to go onto the steel age on your own. So that is going to require 27 knowledge points, which we actually have. I don't want to do that right now because then I will have to split my production. We ran out of tannin with 85 raw skins. So let's expand our tannin collection. Let's go ahead and give orders for tannin to be collected from very far away clumps of trees, which might be a bit dangerous because the last time we had a raid, it was during the planting season, which is also the season for getting tannin. Bit of risk, but he who does not risk does not gain. Four people have joined our colony, which is excellent. At this stage, it would be nice to get 6 or 7 people come in, but let's be content with what we have. This is, already there is one collection point there. Nice collection point here. This is overlapping, so let's pull it back. Because if it's overlapping, then they are going ahead and fighting for the tannin. And we don't want fights to break out in the colony. Now, this is a good clump. This is a good clump. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the amount of tannin collected to 75% so that we get 171 tannin, which is more than 100, and therefore we would be able to tan all the year around. Tannin lasts quite a long time, but if you don't have tannin, you won't be able to make any leather. Let us not upgrade this door because, yeah, that is a bit of a sticky place. And we do expect a raid in the coming season. So also not upgrade this one. We have a blizzard. So okay, let's cancel those collections. Let's not go there. Let everybody have a little bit of a rest. We are at 114%. So I'm going to declick the collection of tannin, which is going to bring the workload down. And given we don't have any leather, we are going to not be able to repair a lot of our watchtowers because we have got no leather. We haven't got any leather. So here again, it's the very dangerous season because there is a blizzard and it's winter, so we have hit -8 degrees because the blizzard had just ended. So here I am clicking large boxes in the distance to pick up in case there are people who have ventured outside. If they were there, then they would be picked up. So for example, there's somebody over there. So let's ring the bell again so that they go ahead and recalibrate and don't go on these frivolous trips. Imza has died of starvation with 1,000+ food. We have hit 1,000 food for the colony. Let's get some copper, help them so that they don't have to go out and get copper. Get the iron ore. 60, which we are going to pay with bones. Beautiful. Get out of here. So in these episodes, we are going to be slowing down the game quite a lot. We are not going to get into massive amounts of building because we are going to build up our defenses. So we are going to get stronger doors. We are going to get the reinforced, reinforced platforms. Let me check the amount of iron to be made. 100 iron. Good. Always have an overproduction of iron because you want to build up a huge amount of iron because it goes very, very fast. And as soon as you have a large amount of iron, you want to quickly go ahead and make these reinforced platforms. And make sure you have enough sticks and wood before you go ahead and do that. If you don't, then they won't be able to build up these reinforced platforms, and then you are going to get into trouble. And trouble is exactly what we don't get into. Look at those cows in the distance. No, bison. Okay, the bison. We are still struggling a little bit in our clothes production. I don't understand why. Probably because of the high workload. Because in this age, not only are they planting and they are collecting tannin, and given that they suddenly got tannin, then all those commands which we had for leather, those are going to get kicked in. So we are going to reduce the amount of leather to 30 so that they can quickly build 30 and stop that entire task tree. I'm going to hit tab and have a look around so that I can check for raiders. I can see some horses in the distance, but I have 50 horses. That's fine. Some bear attack, don't care about it. So we got the entire cereal harvest done. And now we have got almost the entire flax harvest done. So all of the straw that we had made has been exhausted in the previous season because it doesn't last very long. And the funny thing is, if you put straw inside these warehouses, then things in the warehouses last 2.5 times longer. But if you put them in haystacks, where is the haystack? Right there. Things last 1.5 times longer. So it's better to put straw inside warehouses, but I like to use so it's better that instead of having haystacks, you go ahead and make them into wood or stone storages. So, but I like to keep the haystack. It looks beautiful. And therefore I don't get rid of them. Let's get the iron, let's get the steel, let's get the leather armor, let's get the wood, iron ore. We are not going to build any big buildings yet because this is still a very dangerous time. So whenever you hit summer, make sure you ring the bell once, because then if somebody is very far away, for example, they went very far away to get tannin, then they can quickly stop and eat raw fruits which are available in the biomes. So we are very efficiently cutting down trees. Let's move the tree cutting area to a full stack. Karen has died of starvation. Congratulations. This is really stupid. You really can't help people who don't wish to help themselves. Summer is almost over, so I'm going to scan because I don't want them to attack us during the harvest. And if they are coming into attack, there's nothing we can do about it, but at least we spot them and that gives us a chance. I don't see any raiders. We are down to 107% workload, which is fantastic in this late game. Let's look at our stats panel. We have 44 plows, which is excellent because we have got an overabundance of cattle. It's so stupid that, if a cow gets hitched onto a plow, then they don't produce any milk, but they also don't require to be housed in the stables during the winter. But they don't produce any resources. That's the flip side. And cows, you want them to produce resources, especially milk, throughout their lifetime. Now but if you had only bulls attached to the plows, then that would be fantastic because bulls don't produce any milk. And there is no option to do that. There is an option where you go manually, and if you see a cow is hitched to a particular plow, then you have to go ahead and click away the cow and then click, hopefully a bull comes and hitches onto that particular plow. But that's stupidly inefficient. If I have 40 odd plows, I'm not going to do that 40 times. 88 clicks, come on, I'm going to get RSI doing that. Don't want that in my life. Right, harvesting season. Let's do another scan. Don't want to get blindsided. Very, very important to scan. I don't see any raiders. So let's go and have a look at the harvest being collected. We are going to keep it at speed 4 because we don't have any micromanagement to do. Trader is here. Don't care much about trade. Storm also has to come in, which is unfortunate. Somebody is using the watermill, I believe, or no, some sheep were loitering nearby. So this is not ideal to get a storm during the harvesting season, because when they harvest, they get sad. And when there is a storm, then they also get sad. So they have to recover their morale, which can be done with beer. So what I'm going to do, given I have a huge amount of grain, I'm going to push up the amount of beer being built. We still don't have enough warm clothes, which I'm not happy about. So, we have the full Weavers district with so many weavers and tailors and outfitters and with nearby storage, and still they are crying that this is not good enough.
but we'll catch up. It's just probably that we had amount of a huge amount of clothes being made in one go, and then all of those go ahead and rot at the same time. So that's probably what happened, and therefore we are going to buy some of these. We're going to buy some clothes. We're not going to sell off any linen because we didn't have a good harvest, and that might give us trouble. The previous harvest was no good. This harvest is just picture perfect. We got everything more or less. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. I don't expect a blizzard. I hope we get a raid. So I'm not going to... So this is an observation. This is not scientific. I can't back it up. So I've noticed that if you do a scan and you don't see anybody coming into raid, then you can tide over some critical season. So if it is the harvesting season and you had a raid come in the previous harvesting season, so you expect a raid to come in this particular harvesting season. So if you do a little scan and you don't see anybody coming in, then they don't come in that particular season. This is just an observation that I have noticed. So given that there is even ample amount of time that they can walk across and enter into a raid, even then I don't see them coming in, which is very strange. And a little hack that you can use. It's not a hack because it's a feature, and that allows us to tide over very dangerous situations. That in case you're getting constantly a lot of raids during a very vital season, then you can go over. Again, we ran out of tannin. Despite increasing tannin production, collection areas and limits, we ran out, but okay, we'll have to live with it. We had almost an empty first man sculptor, but here you can see we have again gone ahead and done a lot of slaughtering, and our amount of meat is climbing up again. So raider, perfect season, perfect, and they are coming in from the far end. And this will be very nice. We will have this raid and then we will end this episode. Previously we always had the raid come in and we would stop. Let's close the doors. So these are the doors I'm going to close strategically. I don't build a bridge over here because I don't want them to easily cross the bridge and start attacking this door. I want them to swim across and my boys to fire on them. So let's look at Akaza. She has a nice hunting bow, but it's half dead. So we will zoom in onto Mari. Mari can clearly see the enemy cross. So can all of you guys. So I'll zoom in a bit more. There goes our first shots. They are going to try to cross the river. They are going to get into trouble trying to cross the river. See, some of them are swimming, and if they're swimming, they are slow. That gives me time to basically fire on them. So we have basically essentially made a moat, which is free because the river serves as the moat. Often that was done in real forts because, things cost time and money. And if you can get a moat for free by virtue of it being a river, then why not? Why not? You put that time into building additional walls, additional towers. So people are coming in swimming and they are getting shot at. We have 2 people shot dead. We lost 7 people in the previous raid. Oh, they ran out of bows. So the bow durability ran out. So he's going to go ahead and collect some bows and run across the whole field and therefore not allow us to see the victory. There's still firing going on, and there we go, victory celebration for the Ozymandian Kingdom. We carried the day. We lost 7 people, and oh, somebody is on a mission. Somebody is on a mission. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Somebody's on a mission. Oh, there, they got him. They got him. They got him. That was real vengeance. Somebody is very weak. We are going to open up the doors and pull them back. So, thank you for viewing. This has been the Ozymandian Kingdom entering the Iron Age. We have done the necessary researches, and I'm going to leave over here. We're going to pick up the next time with additional amount of repairs, with additional towers, and we are going to continue to strengthen the Ozymandian Kingdom. Thank you for viewing, and this will be it for this episode.
This has been the Strategic Indian signing out.